So if it's okay with you guys, this is where I want to start because I was left a little bit confused, maybe a little bit disappointment, maybe a little disappointed. Uh, the Rock. The Rock came back Friday night on SmackDown. I think everybody's got giant, big opinions on this. I do as well. Maybe not as big as either way. KJG, what did you take in from this Cody Rhodes Rock segment of fun and misery and disaster?
Can I give you like a bit of a hot take here?
Well, only if you don't introduce your takes as hot takes. That's a get off my lawn.
Boiling hot take incoming.
Well, you know what? That's exactly how I feel about The Rock.
Put on the oven mitts.
Oh, get off my lawn to The Rock.
To get off my lawn to The Rock.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's by design, but every time he comes back, it seems like it's fucking something up that they worked so hard to do well. So I don't know where they're going with this yet. But like last year is the perfect example, like they obviously were going to pivot to Rock and Roman, and then the fans spoke up and that changed. It seems like, again, now this might be like trolling last year's thing. Like, if you know what I'm saying, like it could be like a troll job of that. Now that Rock is back and now Rock is here doing something. I don't know where we are with this yet. And I don't like it at all. I like the segment, but I don't like, because I said before the show that I did like the segment, and I do. Okay. But like hand job, like where could they possibly go with this? And I would like to ask you, what was the weirdest take that you saw on social media from this segment in response?
Well, before you answer their hand job, I do want to kick it to Scott George, who says it's 30 minutes of his life he'll never get back.
Yeah, it was long, that's for sure.
Can I tell you this? I just recently watched it, like right before I came on here. And if you skip the entrances, it's only about 7 minutes long. So it's not that long. But no, it was, I don't know, in terms of like weirdest takes I've seen, because I think it's the confusion is the prevailing like thought among everybody. It was weird when Rock came back for the Netflix premiere and pretended like the whole thing with Cody never happened. Like that's, among all of this, that's the thing that bothers me the most. It's almost like they're trying to backtrack it and like trying to reverse engineer why that was the case. Like Rock, like he like earned, or like Cody earned his respect. So he likes that Cody stepped up to him and slapped him in the face, and now he wants Cody to be his champion. But like, I don't know. To me, my first thought is like, okay, they have no plan. They're just throwing stuff at the wall, and we'll see how the crowd responds, and we'll maybe figure something out later. I don't really know what Cody's direction is for WrestleMania. I guess that's what Chamber's there to set up, but I don't know what there really is to mess up at this point. So I'm it's all up in the air, and that's part of me kind of likes it that there's not like one clear path to WrestleMania, but I'm skeptical on how they follow up.
Well, there's not one clear path, but it's all over the fucking place. And I'll say this: I think it was probably the worst Rock promo I can remember. He was not concise in his message whatsoever. He was not concise in who he was. He came out, he pumped the crowd. Yeah, Louisiana, everybody's coming back. Everybody's singing with the Rock. Now I'm going to be a heel. I'm going to transition this into a heel piece. Then I'm going to bring Cody out, and I'm going to I'm going to pay him some respect. Now I'm going to be a face again. Now, you know what? I want you to be my champion. My champion. You know what? I also want you to be my brother. Don't have a brother. Be my brother. Get if you're going to be my brother has to get stuck in the dryer every now and again. You're going to have to be okay with that. I'm pretty sure he said that. And then he lands on, I want your soul. Think about it. I want your soul, like some type of a weird fucking Jafar situation. I fucking hate it. And he stumbled. He stopped the intro, his music. I don't know what happened with that. It was a different music than it was the Rock's music. It was different. I was not fucking for this. Not in the slightest.
Seemed very ad-libbed.
Yeah, probably.
But not in a great way.
Yeah, no. He was way more confident in it than he should have been, I think.
I guess I just like it because it leaves us guessing again. And I will say this, like, I'm like kind of like coin flip 50-50 on this, because The Rock, to me, the more he comes back, like as like a part-time dude and just for this season, like I can't compare him to like Brock. I can't compare him to Roman. I can't compare him to Cena is like the biggest takeaway from this is he trying to be the new like corporate like Vince McMahon guy? Like, is that because I've seen that floating around where like he's going to be the new corporation. He wants Cody to join him. And to your point about like he was dancing around being a heel and a babyface, I feel like he ended up accomplishing the heel role again, and to the point where I can forget about the Netflix thing. I can forget about that. That was what it was in a vacuum. We're a new company. I'm the face of this company. I'm the head of TKO, whatever. I have to like be a good guy because we're starting this new. I can get past that, but I feel like he accomplished what he wanted to do as a heel, but now I just don't know where it's going to go, Kev.
No, I don't know where it. Oh, Kev, gross.
Kev Dog.
Oh, don't.
I wanted to switch it up, all right? HK. I keep saying HK all the time.
HK works. Kev sounds like something you go to the free clinic.
I think I'd have to fuck.
Why are you so down on Kev? You hate Kev?
I've always hated Kev. It sounds like something you go to the free clinic and get tested for. Like, oh shit, I slept with an I slept with an unclean. I got to go get tested. I got the
KEV.
Yeah. And with him flopping back and forth, like I'm a heel, I'm a face. That's one way to absolutely make your audience kind of tune out.
Which they did.
It absolutely did. Like they did it in WCW all the time. They would have guys go face, heel, heel, face in one show during the dying days. Like nothing makes people tune out quicker to flopping like that. And I can't say I didn't change the channel. I was with it because I was not enjoying it so much. And I've been enjoying a lot of what he's done to this point. And then he goes to the presser. I didn't watch the presser, but he goes to the presser and all accounts where he was just a regular corporate guy at the presser. So how do you sit down?
I hated that, by the way.
Yeah. Did you watch the presser?
I didn't watch. I saw like a few clips. I hated how he's on the television show as the character. And then right away does the press conference. All right, so when I was in this scene, like this is kind of my methodology, and this is why I said what. It's like, what world are we in? Like I can't immerse myself in this TV show if right away you're gonna break the fourth wall and just like complete. I don't know. It just ruins it for me. Like we all know what wrestling is, but to just be so like WWE's official socials, they're posting it. It's like, all right, can we pull it back a little bit?
Is there a world? I'm sorry, HK. Is there a world where like the live crowd tuning out of this isn't necessarily a bad thing? Like, are they just so like not sure of what they're seeing that the story could progress in a way that might either elicit a reaction? Like, I don't think they were tuned out because they were bored. I just think they didn't know what they were seeing and what they were getting themselves into. And it did go very long. I will give you that. It went long. But is it possible that maybe they were just intrigued, and so intriguing doesn't get a reaction? Shock does. Disappointed does.
Yep.
Maybe it's just like they didn't know what they were getting, and that's how I felt watching at home. Like I just wasn't sure where we were going yet.
The only way to me this actually pays off in a way that I find myself going to enjoy it is if Cody goes, "Yep, have my soul. Let's fucking do it." Like that. That's the only way.
Yeah. That's the only payoff you'll accept.
Exactly. Because there's nothing for me in a heel Rock versus face Cody situation. Like there's no more intrigue there. I'm not into it.
Hand job. I remember I asked you what the weirdest take you saw was on social media, and I asked that because I saw a weird take. I forget who said it. It's a comedian buddy of mine. He said that what if this leads to a heel John Cena for the last year of his career, and now he's the corporate guy side by side with The Rock.
Yeah, which that could play. You know, Cena comes so close at winning the Rumble, doesn't. Now let's say he comes so close at winning the Chamber, doesn't. Desperate to get that number 17, he'll do whatever he has to do, similar to like I don't know, Steve Austin in 2001, aligning with the devil, giving his soul to the corporate boss. You know, so I could definitely. I don't know. I have trouble picturing the arc for Cena out of that though, because he can't finish his career like that. So no. I don't know. But also, like, it could be Cena, it could be Punk, it could be a bunch of guys. Maybe not a bunch of guys, but those were the two theories I saw, were Cena and Punk being the soul that Rock takes. But I don't know.
I just love to cheer for Punk though. I don't want to like boo Punk for some reason.
I think he thrives as a heel personally, and I think he's due for a refresh, and it'd be into Punk and Rock as a unit. It doesn't taste good when I put it on my tongue, but like
Sure,
it could be
it doesn't.
something. Yeah.
Well, to give you something to swallow.
Yeah. He's vegan though, so there's no proteins.
Like, I don't know if I'm ready for like the return love affair for Punk to be over yet, if that makes sense. Like, I'm still like totally
I am.
invested as like the good story of Punk returning. I don't want to let that go yet. Like, so much to the point where like I was like, I'm very happy that Jey Uso won the Rumble, but I was very pissed that CM Punk didn't. Like, I want Punk to finish. Oh God, finish his story and get his main event at WrestleMania for the title
Finish
match.
his story and get his WrestleMania moment. Is that what you want?
Who are you, Matt?
Oh Jesus!
Oh Lord!
I'm completely fine with Punk being a face right now. Completely fine with him being a face. I'm gonna go back to the soul thing though, because to me it's so fucking weird. Like, we don't have, like, if somebody was going after souls, should it not be the Wyatt Six? Right? Shouldn't that be who's going after somebody's soul's a fucking, that's the Undertaker. That's
going
that's
after
the Wyatt
Alexis.
Six. That's what they need to be occupied with.
If I could volley, sir.
If I could volley, sir.
Rock's father, Soul Man.
Okay.
Okay. Put that on the table. I don't know what to do with it, but it's on the table. It's uncooked.
Okay.
Feel free to do whatever you want. So,
okay. The
yeah.
Soul Man.
Soul
That
Man.
ain't bad.
I think it was a little different context to that, but it's fine. It's fine.
He wants a soul brother.
Yeah, soul brother. There you go.
Does he want a soul train?
He does want a soul.
Yeah. Ooh, he can start a faction, and they bring up Soul Ruka. Yep. We're putting it all together, folks.
Man,
what wasn't Papa Shango's gimmick the Soul Taker? Am I making that up?
I don't think that was his gimmick. I think that's what they called him backstage. But I'm all for making that canon for a character.
I'm fairly sure he was the Soul Taker before
he was Papa Shango.
Before he was Shango, not the Federation though.
No. Are there any South Korean wrestlers out there?
From Seoul? Is that where you're going?
If this was like, the early 2000s, they could just get any, they make Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, from Seoul, South Korea.
I think you were going to say Seoul, North Carolina. From Seoul, North Carolina.
I believe that's where Spreadsheet Action is from.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
Did you guys happen to see, before I want to get back to this, but did you guys happen to see, speaking of Papa Shango, I guess the Nation of Domination did like an indie spot over the weekend.
Yes.
And Papa Shango and Kama Mustafa came out in full Papa Shango gear and did the fist raise.
Yeah. Did you notice with that? And it's just me being very, nitpicky, which is something that I love being. They all came out and they all raised their left fist except for Ron, with his right. Yeah.
I noticed that too.
And then I had to go back. Like, did they do that always? Was he the only one and they didn't? They didn't. It
annoyed me too, because sometimes with the bloodline, when they raise the ones, some of them have like their different hand raise that it would look all sorts of out of whack. So I have like that attention to detail when it comes to stuff like that. It's not uniformed enough.
It fucking bothers me.
Where do you stand on you? No, I was bothered by that. It was Papa Shango in the Nation.
See, that part didn't bother me as much, and I don't know why.
You weren't bothered by the big voodoo face painted man that was never in the faction being in the faction?
Nah, not really.
I mean,
let's just throw some hose out there. Why don't we?
That would be fantastic.
All right, what else we got? Gimmicks crossed.
Got some.
What
hose?
Else was he? Mustafa, the boxer. What was his? Supreme Fighting Machine. Yeah.
Fighting Machine. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's get them all out there. Why don't we?
I mean,
why
take
not?
the hat off at least.
I think they kind of were all out there.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
They're always within him. In his soul. Speaking of souls.
Yeah. SmackDown, Braun Strowman. Anybody? Any thoughts on Braun Strowman? Because I'm pretty much fucking tired of him.
He wasn't involved in the finish, so I'm okay with it. He fucking destroyed the fuck out of Jacob Fatu on the outside in both of them, right? Or Solo? No, yeah.
Jacob, yeah.
He's Big Show. That's what he is. That's fine. He's in his Big Show. Let me just I'm the big man that you think is going to win every time but never does. Like, that's who he is.
But like,
I like that comparison.
It's not bad at all. This is like the one flaw with the Triple H era is that he's committed to stick to people that like aren't getting over as much as they were before they left, or as like case in point, Motor City Machine Guns. Like case in point, Braun Strowman. Case in point, Shinsuke Nakamura. Even it's not everything that he does is turning to gold, and it's just seems like it's more dude. LA Knight, like he still gets the reactions, but he ain't what he was.
No, I mean, they needed to jump on him. Oh yeah, when he was at the height. You know what I mean? When he was at the peak, and they didn't, and now it's kind of on the downslope. With Strowman though, like if you remember when he came back, fucking red leather pants, Pierce nippies, running like a maniac. Let that be the guy. Let Pierce Nippy Braun be the man.
Yeah, we love a Pierce Nippy Braun.
Right.
Bald was he was bald at that point, right? He shaved his head completely. Leather, red denim. Yeah,
sure,
red denim Braun. Yeah, had a bald head, and he teamed with Ricochet, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a little strange.
That actually was like weirdly pretty sick for some reason. I wish that had more legs to it, which is
Braun Strowman.
I think didn't he have like a leg injury? Yeah. No, I remember it being like pretty. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it sucked. I don't know.
The world needs more Braun Strowman and Ricochet.
No, they don't. No,
we need more train noises. Not enough train noises for Braun Strowman nowadays.
With him running around the ring with the train noises.
Yeah.
Shit's just upside down.
I forgot about that.
Upside down.
I was talking about his entrance, but I forgot they did that in the match. Jesus.
Yeah.
Was that pandemic era, Braun?
Yeah, he darn tootin'.
Post. They had live crowds back for that. Yeah.
And they played a train?
Yeah.
No, they did not. That
Yes,
had
they
to
did.
be pandemic.
Pandemic.
That's right.
No, it was I'm pretty sure that they did it in front of live crowds, and
I think it was birthed into pandemic, but it bled over a little bit into the real times.
Fucking hilarious.
Pierce Nippy
Hilarious.
Braun wouldn't do that.
You don't think so?
No.
All right.
Has he ever not had Pierce nips?
He doesn't now.
Does he not?
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Didn't take.
That's rejected it. Happens.